I'm Master Chief. When I'm not saving the world or fighting Spartan Locke, I listen to this shit. Please welcome the Overseas Connection.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 351 of your Overseas Connection, the official podcast of the G4TE.com community. That is your mature gaming community. Today is January 2nd, 2016. We have crossed into the future. It is now. It's happening. It's all happening live. We are here to bring you gaming goodness or bad. Take your pick. On the show today, of course, you have myself, Greg DeLacy, gamertag OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter, and just regular Murphy's Law on Xbox Live. We have Mr. Mark Wright. That's the mute button, Mark. That's the mute button.
I was on a different screen. I didn't think you'd start with me. I was trying to do something else. Sorry. Hello, everyone, and I'm getting feedback from something.
It happens.
Who asked me back on here?
This is how we start the new year. Yeah. Let's just step it up good.
Last time. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Sorry, I'll be quiet now. Carry on.
No, before you be quiet, give us your gamer tag, your PSN ID, where we can find you on Twitter, all that good stuff.
I am Markanix on everything. It's Xbox Live, PSN, Steams, and Twitters, and it's MarKanix.
Excellent. Also joining us on our second Game of the Year podcast, I should point out, this is our Game of the Year wrap-up. We have Miss Nicole Radowski.
Hey, I'm actually kind of nervous. I haven't been on in months.
Nicole, it's exciting to have you back on the show. Thank you for making time in your new digs.
I know, except that I was laughing because as soon as we turned this on, same stupid chair and pretty same close to wall color.
And are we sporting anything special?
Really? Are you serious?
Gears.
Yeah. Well, here you go. There you go.
Nice.
Gears.
I bought,
and it's oval.
Why is it oval?
God help me! I don't know why.
Geometry,
it's oval.
Mark. Geometry. Yeah, Nicole, I actually, for Christmas, got a Gears novel. So I'm actually kind of excited. It's the novel after the end of Gears of War 3.
And you also got a new t-shirt, Greg.
Yes, I suppose I should show off my t-shirt. This is for Gary Amras, 89. Gary, I love you to death. Thank you very much. The No Friendo Zone is on live. Last but not least, Kim Woods.
Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, right? I am Gamer Girl 27, pretty much everywhere, except for PlayStation, which is Gamer...
on Twitter, which
is... okay, and on Twitter, which is, Gamer Girl, GURL_27, so...
Kim, can we please give out your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is GamerGirl27. Oh, well, no, that's my Twitter name. Is that what you're looking for?
Sorry,
yes.
Yes.
My Twitter name, as of this moment, because I haven't changed it yet, is Snowball Fluffernutt, which President Tanktop seems to find hilarious. So
Snowball Fluffernutt, yes.
That's my elf
it's
name.
Your elf porn name.
Yes.
My porny elf name. Yes, yeah. Porny elf name.
For those in front of the keyboard, you may or may not want to Google search Snowball and or Fluffer. All right.
Oh, nuts.
Well, that's like the most self-explanatory part of the entire name. All right. Well, thank you for the three of you for joining us. And I have to big shout outs to Mr. Richard Webster, who right now is working behind the scenes, producing the show for us tonight. But Rich, if maybe you could throw a live mic real quick and just say, hey, because you're going to be off doing some work, some moving, so we're not going to see you for a little while. So I want to give you some proper shout outs. You have been just crazy awesome the past few months with all kinds of changes you brought to the podcast, and we cannot thank you enough for everything you've been doing, buddy.
I don't care.
Okay.
Whatever.
Fuck. All right.
Nah, yeah, I am moving house in 2 weeks' time. I am
crunching down on my degree, and I am looking for a new job as well. So very, very busy. I spent like 6 hours today on this week's assignment, which is due on Tuesday. So I'm very busy.
Well, thank you for taking time out to do one last show for us.
It's cool,
at least
man.
for now.
Happy 2015. What a year.
It was an insanely good year for gaming, and we're going to be getting to that very shortly. Fraser Morse was supposed to be on the show, but Fraser, in true Nintendo fanboy fashion, elected that there was something better out there to be doing. So he is busy curling, not his hair, mind you, but curling the sport. I say sport loosely. I really want to say this was a sport that was born out of street cleaners that had nothing better to do on an icy cold night, and they got their brooms out and they started throwing stuff down, the alley and see how far they could throw it. That's my interpretation of curling.
I think that's pretty apt.
Exactly. And so, and Fraser Morse also, by the way, real world job, street cleaner. You're welcome, Fraser. I'm just letting it all out there, airing out your dirty laundry. But I have his top 5 games. He gave me his list, so I will be playing the part of Fraser Morse. So I will attempt to be friendly towards Nintendo. I will attempt to take a overly judgmental view of everything AAA, and anything indie I will love and give proper attention unless it's real popular, and then I'll call it shit. I think
at least you're honest.
Yeah. All right. Before we dive into the game of the year, though, let's talk real quickly. We had some games we've been playing over Christmas. This may be some of our podcast folks catching up on some of the games that they had been missing out because of moving, because of bourbon, whatever the case may be.
Whiskey.
Yeah. Whiskey, bourbon, scotch, tequila. It all comes into play. And we have a couple little news bits. But let's first, real quick, things we've been playing this past week. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go selfish. Yes, me being selfish. So finally got to the very end of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Finished up fantastic. Really love that game. It still holds exactly where I put it within my my game of the year stuff. XCOM Enemy Within on the PC. Yeah. I'm increasingly thinking of doing some tinkering and upgrading to my PC in preparation for XCOM 2, because I don't think I can wait.
Told you.
I
knew it.
I know.
I knew it.
Fallout 4. I was up till 3 o'clock in the morning last night playing Fallout 4. That game is good, but a tutorial once in a now and come on, no tutorial for any of the workbench stuff. Kind of really missing the mark. Something that's completely new to the entire game franchise, and there's nothing there to tell you what you're doing. So, I mean, you can figure it out, and maybe some would say that's part of Fallout. You figure it out. You're just kind of out there, but I would have liked a tutorial of some kind to just kind of walk me through a little bit of why it was important or how it could help me out. And then Supreme Commander 2, I picked it up on the Xbox Live sale this past week. It's a backwards compatible title, and I was just craving some RTS, so threw that on there. Was playing it for a little while.
Is that like Halo Wars then?
Yeah, Halo Wars, but much bigger in scale. Much bigger in scale. So it's good. Enjoying it so far. So that's me real quickly wrapped up. Mark, what about you?
I too be playing quite a bit of Fallout 4. I've not progressed far in the storyline because I've just been exploring. It's so addictive. I too had the same issue with the workbench. I tried making stuff at the workbench, then realised you had to walk around the area to do the things when they're highlighted.
Right.
So thanks very much, YouTube. You helped me on that one. A little bit more. Sorry.
I was going to say, I got frustrated with the workbench and finally said, screw it. And I took off on a mission. And, the best part of my playthrough last night was walking into a raider hideout with power armor and a minigun and just going to town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Continue on.
No, sorry. A bit of Assassin's Creed Syndicate on the PS4. It's still brilliant. It's still fantastic. A massive improvement over Unity. So I've just done a couple of little side story missions on that. A little bit of Just Cause 3. That is just complete mayhem and chaos. It's so much fun.
I'm afraid to start it.
Explosions everywhere. Yeah,
I'm afraid to start
explosions
it.
everywhere. I know. That's one you can just pick up and play because you can just like go in and liberate a settlement, just blow everything up to shit, and it takes about 10-15 minutes. You can save it and then go on to something else. It doesn't really matter. But the most I've been playing this past week, believe it or not, is Destiny Taken King again.
Now, did you start over a brand new character, or have you been running with your existing character? Because I need to figure out what I need to do, because I have already promised I will play Destiny the Taken King.
Right. So here's a funny thing. I had to start again because I played it on a different system.
Sacrilege. You're going to have to turn in your PSN card.
It was on sale on Xbox Live. £36 for the whole lot, all the DLCs and the original game. And I've been getting a lot of peer pressure from certain individuals, mention no names, Nicole. So
all me.
I picked it up again, and already within a week, I've got one character at 40, one at 39, and the other's a little measly 3.
Are you sleeping?
No, I am actually. It was 3:45 the other night. It was 2 a.m. last night. She's a bad influence now. She's a free woman.
I know, right?
I could have told you that.
All my fault. Oh, shush. You're not helping.
Me?
All right. So, you have the one at a measly 3. At least I can play with that character.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We can. I've saved that person especially for you, Greg.
I'm sure that's exactly what's on your mind.
No, the character's shit. That's basically what it boils down to. You get the shit.
Fair enough. Mark, anything else?
No, that's about it, really.
All right. Well, quick rundowns, I guess. Nicole and Kim, I know we're going to be talking about your Game of the Year stuff, but let's maybe highlights of what you've been playing this past week, and then we'll save your actual Game of the Year discussion for a little bit, if that made sense. So, Nicole, go ahead. You're next in order on my screen. So.
Oh, I'm the next square. God. Oh, are we playing a game? You know, the little
Hollywood
square game?
Squares?
You're a cog.
Hollywood Square.
Not a square, a cog.
Apparently an oval cog. But anyway.
I did an oval.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's more like a muffin, but still.
It'd
All right,
be more
go
like. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I'm making fun of myself. Anyway, what have I played? I can't move my notes up because the stupid sheet is frozen on me.
I see Blops 3. I see Destiny. Those are the two main.
Those are the two main ones. Well, I've played the Star Wars Battlefront a little bit, the Minecraft Story Mode a little bit, but mostly Blops, which I really like. They've changed it up a lot, and I'm thinking that you would actually get a kick out of it, Greg.
I have to admit, I was listening to the Giant Bomb do their rundown on their Game of the Year stuff. They do like a 5-day marathon. It's kind of crazy. But they were talking about Blops 3 and some of the crazy twists that they have thrown into, I guess, the zombie mode and how they kind of worked the zombies into this storyline this time.
I didn't play with zombies yet.
Okay. And that to me sounded pretty interesting. So,
but the game itself is a lot more. It's futuristic,
right?
So that I love that aspect of it. It's kind of like Halo meets Blops, you know?
Right. And
if y'all can hear the screaming that's going on outside my door, my children are actually playing Blops right now, and my son. He's getting a kick out of that game. He loves it. And he's like, oh, in your face! To his sister.
Little sibling rivalry. You know.
It's hilarious listening to those two play. But I really am enjoying it. I like it. It's not my it's a good game. It really is. It surprised me. Let me go there. It surprised me.
Okay.
Because I had to play catch up because I haven't played hardly at all this year, unless it was something family oriented.
Right.
And then, like Mark said, back to Destiny. It got its little claws back into me.
Pulls you back in.
Yes, and we were laughing. I've got like 9 characters between the 2 systems. Well, 3 systems, because I have a hunter somewhere I can't find because it wouldn't download.
Lost.
It wouldn't download all my 360 characters. So she's lost in oblivion somewhere.
Got it.
Then I had a hunter that was in the beta that you won't get back. And the Titans, I started a Guardian, and then the 3 or 4 characters I have on the PlayStation also. Because, yes, I finally bit the bullet and got an X1.
Yes. Yeah, that big news there.
Yes, I got that. And it was cheap, too. Very inexpensive. 1 terabyte for $321 shipped to my house. With Gears of War and that Ultimate game, whatever that is.
The Rare Collection?
Yeah, the Rare Collection. Thank you.
And I think you got Ori and the Blind Forest as well?
Yeah, and Ori and the Blind Forest, which I haven't touched yet.
I heard that's exceptionally hard.
Well,
it looks super friendly, but everybody I've heard talk about that game says it is like balls hard.
Well, I will let you know if I have that issue.
Nuts. Just talk to Kim. Sorry. Anyway. All right. Awesome. I know you had a couple issues setting up the Xbox One. Anything we need to air out? Anything, or is it like settled and the dust is settled and you're good with things now?
Aside from the fact that it took 3 days to download Destiny again. Now, it was a pain in the ass to set it up. Compared between that and the PlayStation wins out hugely. But the only other issue I'm having is every 5 seconds I'm getting booted out of Destiny. And I get either a weasel or a viper or some other stupid error. I'm like, pick a damn animal. But I can go into PlayStation and play Destiny and never get booted.
Huh.
Not get any errors.
Bungie have made all their error codes animals.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is new netcode I've never heard of.
It'll say you've been booted out, error code beetle or weasel or ferret or whatever. Yeah.
Boysenberry.
That's
Viper's my
fantastic.
latest. Oh no, Marion Berry was my latest. Yes.
Yep. Yes.
So do they actually have a list somewhere where you can figure out what that is, or is it just their way of saying you're disconnected?
Yeah, there's a list on their website.
There is a list on their website.
Whoever came with that idea should be punched.
Thank you.
It's just really, you got the weasel error. F off. Was it a NAT error? Was it
Yeah.
disconnect, foul language? What was it? So
See, last night it told me I didn't have internet hooked up to the Xbox. I'm like, then how the F am I watching Netflix? So hello. It's not.
Is your NAT showing open?
Depends on the game I'm playing.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because 9 times out of 10, when I'm playing Destiny, it becomes a restricted NAT.
Oh, and that's probably 100% why you're getting booted. The strict NAT.
Probably. And I don't know. There's no way to change it.
Have you done like a hard reboot? And what I mean by a hard reboot is literally unplug the back power source from the machine, plug it back.
Well, yeah,
10 seconds.
I moved it from my boudoir to the living room.
Okay.
So it can't get any harder than kicking it out of my room.
The boot out of the room. Maybe it's pissed off. I don't know. You did have Connect, didn't you? Maybe
I had issues,
they're angry. They're angry they can't watch you anymore.
So, what do you think of the user interface then? Because you won't have seen the old dashboard, will you?
True.
You'll just have a new setup. How are you getting on with it?
Because you're used to the 360.
I had to teach somebody something on that.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can go into settings when you have your headset set up and adjust the microphone and headset settings in your settings as long as your headset's set up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I figured that out and had to explain that to Mark.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm like, oh no, just go here. He's like, oh, teaching me something. He's been on the Xbox 2 days. Like, I'm amazing. What can I say? No. But it's not super user friendly, but it's not overly annoying. It's going to take a minute for me to get used to it. But again, to be fair, like I've been on it a week, 2 weeks.
Right.
So
Yeah, I will say you were definitely experiencing the better experience if I'm going to have a say in it. The old experience, coming from the 360, it was pretty jarring. It felt very different. This is also very different, but I think once you realize just everything, like the whole menu and everything is off to the left side, and you can just pull it right up, it makes everything a lot more simplified.
It feels more
Well, I
natural
have a
than the previous one.
Yeah.
well, there's a comparison for you. And Mark will get this. If you have Richard's eating chocolate, shithead. If you have
Gold
a
coins,
Mac,
baby.
you can put your all your stuff either on the left and the bottom or the top or whatever, and it's like using the PlayStation where everything's at the top, so you moved all your stuff up to the top, or when you use the Xbox, everything's off to the left. So it's pretty similar between the two of them, but it does remind me of a Mac where you can move your little section all over your however you want it, left, right, up, down, whatever.
Got it.
So I wish you could actually do that with these, and I'd move them all on the bottom, like it's on my Mac, and have that little pop-up genie so it goes away, so I don't have to see it.
The pop-up genie.
Just don't ask. You're not a Mac person.
No, I am not. But speaking of genies, Kim.
Yes.
Come on, Kim, pop up.
You know.
Pop up, Kim. So, Kim, what have you been playing this past week?
Only one game, and I'll probably talk more about it later when we talk about our game of the year. But that is the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, the free game. Well, I think it's still free, right?
Right.
Or yeah. So.
Yep, it should still be free. I think until the 16th. I could be wrong on that, but I think it goes through halfway through this month.
That's what I was thinking. So, yeah, I've been playing, I don't know, a good bit of that. So, if that tells you anything. So.
It does. It's a little surprising. So
I know there's no Dragon Age in there anywhere, but
Oh my God!
right?
That's maybe some of our news topics we should be covering. Kim Woods not playing Dragon Age.
Yeah. I still have some DLC to finish, but
All right,
taking a wee break.
okay.
So
Breaks are good. Well, let's dive in real quickly to some of the news topics that happened this past week, and really there was only two that I could really come up with that were even worth talking about. Probably the biggest one, and this was a shocker. Not Kim Woods not playing Dragon Age Inquisition, but it is shocking. It was that MLG basically had a fire sale on almost all of their assets and sold them to Activision.
ow.
So that's kind of big. I mean, Major League Gaming, everybody was talking about how it was the future and competitive gaming was really taking off. This really shows that I don't think MLG or professional gaming is maybe as far along as a lot of us would like to think they were. Maybe it's just mismanagement on MLG's part. That's also potentially part of the issue. I don't know. Any thoughts, Nicole?
Well, why would you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back by going to Activision?
Well, I think Activision had the money. And Activision also, I think, still really firmly believes that gaming leagues and online gaming, competition gaming, I guess is probably the better way to put it, is a future for video games. I know they've been.
I get that, but I don't know. Activision kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth from the past, from the 80s.
You're not alone there. I think they leave a bad taste in their mouth for pretty much everybody. I mean, it's funny because you look at Activision. I mean, it is Activision Blizzard, so. Blizzard, everybody has a fairly fond opinion of.
Mm-hmm.
And in fairness, Blizzard also is probably one of the bigger proponents of online gaming leagues with, it totally escaped my mind. Help me out, Mark.
World of Warcraft?
I have no idea.
Not World of Warcraft, although World of Warcraft certainly is huge.
StarCraft,
thank you.
So that too.
That is a huge competitive gaming landscape. and I'm sure they would love to see Destiny evolve into something like that. So, Skyforce competitive leagues, it's coming. Mark, any thoughts?
I didn't realise MLG were that big to have any assets to sell. I've heard of MLG, but I've not really followed it. I know there's a lot of competitive gaming competitions, but there's that many companies doing it now, like Virgin do one, and
Right.
there's a lot on Twitch. I was surprised Twitch didn't actually buy it, because that would have been perfect for them.
True.
Oh, true.
So yeah,
Well, Activision
Don't know.
certainly has the pockets for it.
Yeah.
I am fearful that we're just going to see more and more push for these online competitive games that don't necessarily need to have that kind of push. Like, I mean, a really good example is Evolve. I think Evolve could have been a fantastic single-player game and probably done really, really well had it had a true single-player component to it. But instead, they went down this route of really forcing this competitive, 1 versus 5 or 1 versus 4, competitive landscape for the game itself. They had no single-player to it, and it seems like that's a trend that a lot of companies are trying to push. I mean, Rainbow Six Siege. It's very similar. I mean, they do have their offline mode, but the reality is Rainbow Six is an online competitive game. So I don't want to see everything start sliding that way. I really hope this is not foreshadowing of Activision really pushing that with all of their IP. Kim, any thoughts on this?
No, I'm kind of the same as Mark. It seemed like to me, MLG, at least for me, I know when I started gaming, you saw a lot about them, but I've noticed the last few years or so, it seems like they've just sort of dropped off. So, I'm kind of surprised there was anything left to buy as far as that goes. So,
True.
Okay. All right. Well,
I do have a quickie. Well, not a quickie.
anytime you're ready.
You can tell she's back.
Yes.
No, I'm just laughing because it didn't come out right.
Technically,
That's
by the
all.
way, that is my line. Yeah, honey, I got a quickie for you. All right, go ahead.
Y'all just totally screwed me up. Anyway,
That's what I'm here for.
back.
we would hope that if they promote MLG the correct way, maybe people would learn to be more cooperative in gaming in general. So maybe this, if they do it right, can be a good opportunity so that, you don't play with some 12-year-old smart mouth asshat, who's going in and lone wolfing the entire time.
Right.
That maybe people will become more team oriented with more of the games out there that you can do multiplayer with. You're not just going in there being your own badass self. That people tend to become more team-oriented thanks to this new push, hopefully, that I'm hoping and praying Activision will have. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here.
It is
doubt
a
it's
great
gonna
thing to
happen.
wish for. I just don't think we will ever, regardless of who's pushing and the formats, I don't think we'll ever truly get away from that 12-year-old. And I say 12-year-old in quotes because, to be very honest, I mean, there's been plenty of 30 and 40-year-olds that have acted like the 12-year-old. So,
Yeah.
Amen.
yeah. All right. The other story that kind of broke, and it was just one of those things that got leaked out. It was Joe Staten from Halo. He wrote the Halo stories, the original stories, and then he did some work on Metal Gear. I forgot which Metal Gear he did, but I know he worked on some Metal Gear as well. He now is, I guess, writing the main story for ReCore, or overseeing the main story for ReCore. So I thought that was kind of notable, just because we haven't heard a lot about the ReCore title. Nobody really, outside of that opening trailer, we don't know a lot about it. And there's so much speculation about it potentially coming out in like mid 2016. It's supposed to be hitting in 2016 at some point, so it's still a bit of a mystery, but they have some pedigree now, at least in terms of who's handling the writing. And silence across the board. I think everybody's eyes glazed over.
Because I was no.
Well,
I was
first thought
replying
was,
to Kim's pervert
that's
moment.
nice.
Kim, being a
I
president.
didn't know who the guy was, so I was just like, oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I knew what the game was, but I didn't know who
Yeah.
he was for sure. So
I'm in the same boat as Kim.
I don't feel bad now.
We're rowing together, all three.
All right, I will stay in my little dinghy behind the main ship, and we will just press forward.
Yeah, you stay in your dinghy.
I will stay in my dinghy. All right, before we get into Game of the Year, real quickly, Mark, maybe take a look on Twitch. Anybody we want to maybe give some shout-outs other than Jason Johnson. Happy birthday, Jason Johnson. Yeah, the one good
yeah,
thing that ever
happy
came from
birthday.
Skype was I got a notification that his birthday was today. So happy birthday. And if
Aw.
it's wrong, I apologize, but that's at least what Skype told me.
We've got Passing Nose 3000 and birthday boy himself, Teflon 12. I know you said didn't mention him, but it was only 2 there, so I had to mention him.
Fair enough. All right. Game of the year. So we've gone through a number of the podcast team members' games of the year. Nicole and Kim, you both were not able to make the previous episode, so we're holding today to allow you guys to talk about some of your top picks. And then I also have Mr. Fraser Moore's top picks,
Oh boy.
which I will try and give as best a highbrow, I'm too good for you all.
Oh, please.
is his-
Start with Fraser. 'Cause I
Is
don't
his
want
list
your
brutal?
Yes, the list is rather brutal. So, all right, I will proxy for Fraser. Here we go. Fraser Moore's. Rich, sorry if we're throwing a wrench in the. All right, we're good. So, Fraser Moore's number 5, in no particular order, but absolutely in a particular order. Here he says, I'm going with Zombie Army Trilogy. Zombie Army Trilogy for his.
No one else has said that.
No, that is definitely a new one on the list. In fact, a fair amount of what's on his list is something you're not going to have heard of before.
'Cause it's
I know
Fraser.
the Game Puncher guys have played a lot of that. I know Steve has played a lot of that and really likes it, and a few of the lag guys have played it
Right.
and really enjoy it. So it's supposed to be a good game.
I think Fraser would do something. You know, this game, it just has some moxie to it, and I
Moxie,
feel like it's doing something different than the other games. It's not afraid to be itself, and you shoot zombies and yeah, I know. I'm not capturing Fraser well.
No,
I like
Taylor
bacon.
definitely
No,
said
you're making me
I like-
sick.
brutal.
Yeah, I like bacon and maple syrup and wizard.
Yeah.
Zombie Army Trilogy, number 5. All right, Nicole. I can't defend Zombie Army. I never played it, so I couldn't even say what
I didn't have a
thought.
5 or a 4,
All right, that's fair.
and
Well,
neither did Kim.
okay,
I have
then,
honorable mentions, but
some honorable
Yeah, I
mentions.
have 2 honorable mentions. Exactly. I
Why
have
don't
2
we-
honorable mentions.
Cover your honorable mentions. At least one of
Or
them. for now.
unmentionables, Kim.
Your unmentionables that will be mentioned.
Yes.
No need to cover up.
Okay.
Sometime today.
Nicole, go ahead. Give me
I am.
one
No,
mentionable that's
fine.
not mentionable.
And I will tell you why, because I know that Robin will, shit an Xbox brick when I say this. But
There's no
the-
difference there. It shits an Xbox brick every day, doesn't it?
Pretty much. The Minecraft story mode, I like it simply because it was very family oriented.
Okay.
And being a mom of 2, I like being able to sit down and play games like that with my kids. So that's why it was an honorable mention for that reason, because it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Honorable mention. Minecraft story mode. All right. Fair play. Family oriented.
I don't think Robin would shit a brick for that because he had a Telltale game in his top 5.
Yeah, but
Tales
he
from
hated
Borderlands.
the Minecraft story mode.
Wasn't for him.
Ah,
Wasn't for him.
right.
He was too old. Something like that.
Well, no, never mind.
Too old.
Cheers.
Not flexible enough. I don't think he can put his ankles behind his ears, so he's definitely not flexible. All right, Kim.
Wow.
What about you? Honorable mention. Just one. One ping. One ping
okay.
only.
oh, it's just one. All right, my first honorable mention would be Metal Gear Solid 5. So I've heard good things,
All right. Okay.
and the only reason it is my honorable mention is because I have it and haven't had a chance to play it. But I
You have it, and you have not played it.
I've been busy, okay? House building and whatnot. So, yeah, it's an honorable mention for me because, I've heard it's really great. So
Metal Gear.
I'll get to it.
All right, yes. Metal Gear Solid 5, a honorable mention because you have not had the time
To play it, yeah.
But you like the rapper.
Yes, I do. I like the rapper.
Okay. All right. We will circle back. Mark, if you want to throw in any color commentary through the course of this, by the way, by all means, go forward.
Blue.
Pink.
Blue.
Orange.
Yes. All right.
Purple.
Forget I said anything. All right. Number 4 for Mr. Fraser Moores. Because he lives in a land of a happy place where there's no anger, there's no violence, there's no, there's no sunshine actually, but still, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, number 4 for Fraser Moores. I don't even know what this is. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
That sounds
It's
familiar,
a
but-
Wii U game.
I know it again. Yeah. I got nothing on this. Maybe Rich, could you maybe lean into the microphone and say one word for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker?
Curling.
It's a very, 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 very Nintendo game.
I asked for one word, Rich. One word.
Nintendo.
Nintendo. It's good, Nintendo.
All right. Okay. We'll accept 2 words on that. It is good, Nintendo. I guess
No
it's
friendo.
technically like 3 words. All right. Nicole, your second
Yes,
unmentionable, honorable, mentionable.
That's a tongue twister. Because I didn't get a chance to really dive into it because I just got it the other day. I was starting to really like the Star Wars Battlefront. I did play the beta, and I liked the beta. And the kids, I got early birthday, late Christmas, and just because I'm behind on games and it was cheap, so I got them that Star Wars Battlefront. We've been playing that on the PlayStation, and they like it too, and I like it. So I think I could see me growing fonder of it. More and more fond.
I wonder if you will actually change your tune as you play more and more of it, and you realize you've pretty much played all of it.
Yeah,
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
There's not many maps on not many game modes, so it can get very boring very quickly, I've heard.
Yeah, that's the knock.
Tedious. Well, so like I said, what I
Honorable
have
mention.
played of it, I
That
do
is-
like.
yeah.
Exactly. It wouldn't be.
It's an unmentioned
Wouldn't be in
honorable
the-
mention.
But the thing it has going for it is it's Star Wars.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
really is the thing. It's Star Wars. I mean,
Well, see,
can we just
yeah,
digress real
and we
quickly?
saw the movie.
Yeah, sidetrack.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Star
Greg,
Wars
isn't it?
is everywhere. I mean, everywhere. I mean, I'm seeing crazy stuff being branded Star Wars that has no business being branded Star Wars, like soaps and, I mean,
Oranges.
oranges. Yeah.
Oranges.
Yep.
Yes.
Christ.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I get it. Star Wars is big, but I'm not going to buy your oranges because I see Star Wars on the packaging.
Jenny, take them oranges back.
Why not, Greg? What's wrong with Star Wars oranges, Greg?
Let me tell you, the thing that is wrong with Star Wars oranges is because they probably got shipped to get some packaging plant to put the Star Wars label on it, then shipped to the store. So by the time you get those Star Wars oranges, they're probably like 5 weeks old.
Yeah, but BB-8 though.
Possible.
BB, never mind. Star Wars oranges rock. Kim,
Yes.
what is your unmentionable, mentionable, honorable mention?
That would be Rise of the Tomb Raider for much the same reason that Metal Gear Solid was an honorable mention because it's sitting over there in the pile with the wrapper still on it. And
What?
I
Holy
know.
crap. Now that's a
Greg.
sacrilege.
Again,
Laura,
building a
Greg,
house.
You're near her, Greg. Are you going to go around and slap her, or do you want me to fly over there and slap her?
I think we need to have an
she's
intervention
12
at this
hours
point.
away from me.
Yeah, there needs to be an intervention. Kim, I get the whole I need a roof over my head is important thing. Let me tell you, right now, the gaming world is like turning in their graves. They're turning in their beds. They're turning in their seats, probably spinning their heads.
Sorry.
So see now I'm scared and curious as to what actually made your top 3 list. Also based on what you've been playing and not
Pac-Man
playing
Space
now.
the centipede.
So if Pac-Man comes into the conversation, we are seriously getting on a flight over and just
Like Neston, I'll pack the kids up in the truck. She's 12 hours away from me. I will bitch slap.
This is getting dire.
It'll be
all
on Twitch too.
And just to confirm, Parsnips just reminded me as well, I won't really come over and slap you, Kim, because one, we love you, and two, you've got a shotgun and you know kickboxing.
True. She does own weapons. Mark will come over and talk sternly at you.
That'll work.
All right. I'm a little speechless
He'll pull a
right now.
Canadian. He'll just
He'll pull a Canadian. Yes. Speaking of Canadians, number 3 for Mr. Fraser Moore's Ori and the Blind Forest. You know what? This game was great because I have a big brother named Robin who downloaded it for me. Ori and the Blind Forest. Brutal.
Oh no, it was balls hard. Remember?
Balls hard. Brutal. Syrup. Ori and the Blind Forest. It's pretty understandable why it's making his top 5 list. It has gotten high praise. I think what's more impressive about that game, when you really stop to think about it, not the level of difficulty, because that actually turns me off to it, but it's that everything actually is hand painted in that game. So it's not, there's not a lot of reused assets or anything like that. It's
how did I get the painting at a computer then? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm flying the other direction.
And now we're flying the other direction. Kim, you're fine. All right.
Yellow.
Yes. Ori and the Blind Forest for Mr. Fraser Moore's.
Hello.
I believe we're now into the part of it mattering, Nicole.
Uh-huh.
Right. Are you checking your
matters.
phone? Are you flip flopping on some decisions here? What's going on there?
No, checking the chat.
Sexting. Okay.
I'm not sexting. Oh my god.
I was, but anyway.
All right, Nicole. So I believe you had a top 3.
Yes.
I want one. One big
One of the 3.
please.
My number 3
In no
would be
particular order.
Blops
That is in order.
3.
Blops 3.
No, it's in order.
It is in order. Okay. Yes.
Yep, Blops
Blops
3.
3. All right.
It was a surprise. Like I said, I started giving it away when I was talking about it, and I'm like, oh, shut up. But I did. I really liked that game.
Yeah, I don't want
really-
to like it. I don't want to like it at all.
But you would totally.
I know.
And who's the guy, Kim? Who's the guy?
Oh,
In the
Christopher
game?
Maloney. Christopher Maloney.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Does nothing.
And it looks like him, and of course it's his voice, so it definitely sounds like him. But,
See,
but I mean, it
that was
really
my
looks
reaction
like
with Kevin Spacey last year. It's like, oh,
Exactly.
Kevin Spacey, I swooned.
I did. I drooled a little drool. I loved his character in SVU, so to see him do something cartoony and cool it was nice. So yeah, it was just in the graphics. I mean, because there's times
Looks pretty.
where they're gorgeous. Purdy, where the
Purdy.
hell are you from?
If I say Alabama, are you going to fly my way and punch me?
You know what? If I do, Cindy will take me out for drinks, won't she?
True. Yes. You'll actually have
Yeah,
a.
I fly.
I'm going with then. There was drinks mentioned. I'm coming
Yeah.
with.
That's it, girls' night out.
It was a 10.
Thanks
And
to
it's
Greg's
by 3
wife.
women. Yes. So yes, graphically it looks fantastic. Are you playing multiplayer or just single player? What's the?
This is me. Do I play multiplayer? Not unless I'm in a group of
Okay.
elderly folk.
Fair enough. All right. Fair enough. All right, Kim. Let's.
All right, my number 3. Right?
I'm worried at this point.
I know.
As you,
This is another,
as you should be.
but this has actually been opened and played.
I'm going to say,
Yes,
is this
as a matter of fact.
rapper?
Yes.
All right.
As a matter of fact, yes. My number 3 is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Also, okay,
Hey,
consensus.
she's
We're in the Blind Forest. Was it as emotional for you like the beginning? I heard everybody at
Yeah.
the beginning is like crazy emotional.
I mean, I didn't cry or anything like I did with the Walking Dead, but it was it hits you right in the gut. You know, you
Fraser,
feel bad for the little dog, monkey, squirrel looking thing. So
dog, monkey, squirrel. We know what Ori is, by the way. Do they actually give a name to the creature that it is, or is it really dog, monkey, squirrel?
well, if they did, I don't remember now what it was because apparently I wasn't paying attention. I just thought it was a dog, monkey, squirrel. So
I think we stick with dog, monkey,
That's
squirrel.
like
what was it?
That's
It
like
was
the
supposed to be a
monkey dog
sprite or
in
something,
yours.
perhaps.
So here's a question.
Mhm.
And I don't know the answer to this. And Kim, you possibly are the only one to know the answer to this because I don't think, Nicole, if I remember correctly, you have not played Ori and the Blind Forest. Mark, I don't think you played Ori and the Blind Forest.
Nope.
And I know Rich has not played Ori and the Blind Forest. So, Kim,
Yes.
do you feel like this is a game that actually could become a franchise, or do you think this is kind of a one and done?
Well, now mind you, I haven't played to the end of it, so I have no idea. But I'd say it could be a franchise. Yeah, I mean it's a platformer of all things, and God knows how many games that were platformers have we seen that they've made a zillion and one of.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, and the only reason it's my number 3 and it's not any higher than that is because, like you said, the difficulty. Oh my God, I am still stuck on the very first little tree thing where you have to outrun the people who've played it will know you have to outrun the water or it'll drown and you have to start over. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still playing that, and it was bad enough I had to quit because if I didn't, my controller was going to end up in my TV. So
It is a game that induces rage, from what I
yeah,
understand.
I'm thinking it's going to be a cute little platformer sort of thing, and it is. It's a very pretty little game, but my God, is it hard?
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like a zombie movie where there's the little girl that's all cute and you turn your back on her and suddenly she turns into the zombie and then she bites you,
yes, exactly.
stabs you right in the back. Okay.
I was playing this game for like a good solid week, enjoying my time getting there, and then I hit this, I don't know what to call it, a boss level or whatever, and I had to quit. I haven't picked it up since. It's driven me crazy. So
Okay. I have not experienced Ori and the Blind Forest. I specifically stayed away from it because of that.
mhm.
I didn't think I would enjoy it. I mean, every time I see it, I'm like, I should play that. And then I think about what the game is, and I'm like, I should not play that.
Yeah.
Mark, I don't know. Are you the same way, Mark?
I love platformers, so I'm really tempted by this.
It's on
And it's
sale,
been
it
on
was,
sale.
but-
Yeah, it's been on sale a couple of times, and I've nearly picked it up. But I've spent that much in the sales lately. I've nothing left.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We've picked a few built between us, haven't we, Greg? So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. In fact, another third-person platformer that we picked up, Dying Light. I'm eager to try that. But anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked.
Mhm.
And Nicole, are you afraid to start Ori and the Blind Forest? Is it
I
gonna?
just forgot I had it until you said something. That's okay. I was unboxing all my Xbox games, and I had like Diablo 3 still in the plastic.
I do too.
That's ace.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, holy fuck, it's still in plastic.
Well, for the Xbox One anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I had seen you
Nope.
that project, Kim.
Not Xbox One.
The funny thing is, I buy everything digital now, and I feel like I have digital games that are still in the plastic. As in, I have
I
not
know the
booted them up.
feeling.
I bought them. I have not booted them up. All right. We are back to Mr. Fraser Moore's. At this point in time, I would like to talk about my number 2 game of the year.
Curling.
Number 2 game, not curling. Batman Arkham Knight. And I know the reason why
Choice, good
Batman
choice.
did not win is specifically because of the Batmobile. It was just jank, and he was very, very upset about the Batmobile. He told me.
Yeah.
Not really, but I'm guessing. I'm guessing it was the Batmobile. The Batmobile really is a limiting factor on Batman Arkham Knight, unless he played it on PC, in which case he never played it. Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, no.
God.
I found the Batmobile was okay at first.
Rich got it.
The
Rich got it.
controls are a bit stupid. Yeah. But I think they used too much of it. They used it as filler. So
They really did.
Yeah.
And it became kind of this, not even so much filler, but really like a forced choice. And it was just kind of like, okay, there's a time and a place for the Batmobile, and then there's just time for Batman to be Batman. And I mean, too many times you relied, or you were forced to rely on the Batmobile. That's probably the better way to put it. You had to, especially to get the final ending, the real ending, you had to do all of the stupid 100% of the Riddler stuff, which was all Batmobile crap. Yeah, that was nonsense. So I'm actually going to pull this off of Fraser's list because I don't think it deserves to be number 2.
No, number 2 is shit, remember?
Sorry, yes, number 2 is shit. Speaking of shit, Nicole, your number 2, please.
Which will upset you because I just said number 2 is shit.
I know what you're going to say. It
was Halo 5.
Deserving of a number 2.
Wow.
This is actually number 3 according to my list.
Is Nicole changing her list as we're speaking?
Nicole sent me a top 4 with 2 honorable mentions.
No. What I sent you was in a list in no particular order.
Yeah, but
she's since then.
But we're up to number 2. I've still got 3 games left.
What the hell games do you have?
This will be interesting.
You
so,
can
Rich,
WhatsApp me.
Whatever game she doesn't mention, we will come back and you can give it as a surprise nominee for Nicole for her overall game of the year.
Okay.
And she will just not know. So here we go. Nicole, Halo 5 Guardians is technically right now, this minute, your number 2, but in a few moments it will be number 3 on your list. Halo 5 Guardians. What did you think? I mean, obviously it left a good impression for you.
It did. I liked the combination of all of. It was like, I don't know, because you know how we used to play the multiplayer stuff, and it brought all that little nostalgia together. And see, that I did play in multiplayer because I was playing with USODs, and it was a lot of fun. So that nostalgia plus it kind of. The story started to make a lot more sense than the bits and pieces we got with each game.
Right.
And I have read the books.
Okay.
And then listen to that little, what is it?
The Hunt for the Truth.
Yes, I listened to that, which made it extra interesting. So it had a little hype with it, but I really liked the game. I put that game in there, I hit the controller, and it was like I have been playing this game forever. It was home.
And I will say this, I felt the changes to the control scheme for Halo 5 really felt comfortable. Like I really liked the aim down sights. It's not necessary, but it certainly felt comfortable having that there just because every other shooter uses that. So it was kind of like, well, I think we need to bring Halo into a little more modern feeling as opposed to keeping it relegated to not having aim down sights. And then the ability to like jump up and hover, all of that stuff, and the clambering. I think it made it feel really smooth.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that's when was I playing with you, Mark? When I said it's just like Gears, do this, just like Gears. Because it had that controller scheme to it. Oh, it was grenades, wasn't it? I'm like, oh, yeah. Are you going to switch weapons? Hit Y button. You know, it was just that easy. So it was very comfortable. It was pretty, and it brought Reach and Halo together, and I liked it.
And
I liked it all.
Nathan Fillion.
No shit! Oh my god!
Buck.
I know.
If you play,
right there.
Yeah, if you play with Nicole on Halo 5, all you'll hear is Nathan Fillion and his butt. She likes following his butt.
That game.
All right.
I do. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, go ahead of me, Mark. Go ahead. His Buck is
it
this
all
character.
Makes sense now.
And Otto was signed to shut up. Go ahead of me. He does have a nice ass in that game. And I love the sarcasm. It just fits.
It does.
So, you know me.
Well, and it fits his character
like
in particular.
Yeah, and we go back and forth between that and Destiny, and I'm like, oh, it's the same character. Lots of sarcasm.
How did you feel, and maybe this is what kept it from being number 1, I don't know, but I mean, were you disappointed by the I mean, a lot of people said that the lack of conflict between Master Chief and Locke, because I mean, there was conflict there, but it didn't nearly play out as big as we were kind of led to believe leading up to the game. Did that impact you at all? Not really.
I didn't think the conflict was necessarily with those two. I thought it was with Command.
True.
And
True.
I never would. I mean, Locke's gonna do what Locke is supposed to do because he's a soldier.
Right.
But he also was trained under 117, so he knows Master Chief. He knows what he's capable of. He knows his personality, so he knows somebody's hiding something. So I didn't think there would be a major conflict. So that didn't disappoint me at all.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, Kim, you just took a drink of water, so we should absolutely turn to you. Let's hear your number 2.
My number 2 is The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing.
I'm sorry, I had static in my ear. You were saying your number 2 was what?
The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing.
Okay, you're going to have to talk on this, Kim. You're going to have to explain yourself a little bit, only because this is a bit of a it's out there. I wouldn't have expected this to be. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected this to be in your top list. And it's also probably because I expected those other games to be out of the shrink wrap by now.
I know.
So Van Helsing, I mean, it is a Diablo-like game.
It is Torchlight, yeah, Diablo. It's very much like both of those.
And so I mean, you've gotten deep into it. You're just.
I've found 4 or 5 little spots already, and like I said, I don't know how many hours I put into it. I've already unlocked like 8 achievements out of it, which I don't know if that means anything. But yeah, it reminds me a lot of Diablo and Torchlight, and I played Torchlight 2 for more than a few hours anyway. So, and I mean, I really like Torchlight 2, and this was very much like that. So
scratching that itch.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I told somebody the other day. If this hadn't have been free, I would have plunked down money for it. So.
Okay. All right. I mean, that speaks volumes.
I was pretty surprised by it because I know Mark was telling me about it when it came out, what it was like, and so I was looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by a free game. So,
if you like the dungeon crawler Diablo type game, it's well worth a play. I enjoy it.
Exactly.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
I like diversity, so I'm not crying about that.
Yeah.
The next game from Fraser Moore's I might cry a little bit about. His number 1 game. I don't think this is any shock. Only because Fraser likes these weird twisted tales that are nonsensical, yet the fans of this game in particular will argue it makes complete sense.
Can I guess what it is?
Yes, you may, Mark.
Metal Gear 5?
Metal Gear. Yes. Metal Gear 5. Metal Gear Solid 5. Fraser Moore's top 5. Yeah. I think he just likes fulcruming. That's really what it boils down to.
No. Fulton.
Fulton. Or
fulcrum. It's a pivot point in physics.
It shows you how much I have played of Metal Gear Solid 5.
Evacuation system.
Yeah. It's a big game. It is gotten a lot of praise, so I mean, I can't say it's undeserving to be his number 1, even if he is Canadian and crazy. Metal Gear Solid 5, it's pretty. It's got a story that isn't as insane as other Metal Gear games. That's a compliment coming from me. And it's got a lot of deep systems to it. So I mean, the realities are they did a lot with this game. Kojima went out on a very high note. Outside of all the crap that went on at Kojima or at Namco. Is it Namco? Yeah.
Konami. You're on form tonight,
Something
Greg.
Japanese.
And I did have a big ass margarita before I came to the podcast.
Woohoo!
All right, so Metal Gear Solid 5, Fraser Moore's top pick for 2015, well deserved for some. Nicole. Let's talk about your number 1.
Before I talk about my number 1, I remembered what the hell my number 4 was.
No. We
I
have to come
did.
back to that after this and make sure it's actually the one you think you remembered, because
No, it is.
it's in a secret envelope in Richard Webster's little hands. Right now. We actually will all take a turn at guessing what it was that was left off the list.
Okay, we will do that.
Okay.
But my number 1 was The Witcher 3. I sunk so many hours into that game, and I loved that game. Loved the shit. I'm like, what are you playing? The Witcher. How many weeks did I come on? It's like, what do you play? All I played was The Witcher.
I'm right.
That was all I played.
I'm right there with you. I think this game consumed pretty much everybody on this podcast at one point or another. It consumed.
But some people didn't put it in their top 5, did they, Kim?
I don't know.
Yet, huh?
I don't know. We will find out. Yeah.
Oh yes, number 1.
Easy, Mark.
It was a fantastic game, and I think, just kind of going back to it. Mark, you can certainly chime in on this, and Nicole, by all means, talk. And Kim, if you want to elaborate at this point in time, you can as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think what
I'm busy sexting now.
At least you're honest. Metal Gear Solid 5, or Metal Gear Solid 5. Jesus.
Holy crap.
That last comment from Nicole just threw me off.
Got in your brain.
The Witcher 3, what made it so impressive to me was all of the side stories and side missions that were just really well crafted. It wasn't thrown in, not go fetch 5 of these and kill 10 of those. Mm-hmm. It was, really well thought out, side missions that had sometimes, multiple ways they could split and go into other side missions. So it was amazing. It was amazing to see how they crafted that all into one big story. And there were variations to the final ending. You could have things end differently. It's interesting. I don't know what the quote-unquote canon ending is. I've never actually bothered to look that up. So I can't say for sure if I ever saw the real ending, what they would consider the real ending or not, but I think I did. I didn't have a sad ending, which Mark, yours was.
Yeah, mine was a little bit sad at my ending. Yeah, so it was a good ending though.
Right.
Obviously, I can't say for spoilers, but yeah, I've not looked it up yet. I want to look at YouTube and see what the other endings are. But yeah, as you were saying, that some of the side missions, they'd sort of like. You think it's just a quick, I'll just do this, get a bit of XP for it. And then it turns out to be this humongous storyline, branching storyline, separate to the main quest line. And you can be doing the side missions for hours on end, which is amazing. It's just a superb game. Yeah. Well worthy of our number 1s.
Would agree. I think the only thing that left me sad was I was unable to seal the deal with Triss. I had made choices that prevented that from happening, and I was quite angry about that, to be very honest. I was just like, really?
I didn't try on with Triss in this one. So. Yeah. I got hooked up with that Kira right at the beginning, but I met Yennefer, and then that was it. It was all for Yennefer. We did the fabled unicorn, and then a few other places, so yeah.
You dog.
Look at him grin like a little schoolboy.
I like how she.
Mark.
Yeah, I know. I won't say what I was going to say on.
Yeah. All right, Nicole. Any other words on The Witcher 3, or are we good?
No, I'm like you guys. I like the fluidity of the entire story because that's what it was. It was fluid.
True.
Not that kind of fluid. Shut up.
It's not about it.
Not kind of fluid.
All right. Do we a drum roll of some kind probably should be happening right now. Kim, what was your number 1 game?
Well, since Dragon Age Inquisition doesn't rate because it come out, a year before last, mine was Witcher 3 as well. So I mean, that really shouldn't be surprising because I went out and spent the money on the Super Mondo Statue Edition. So, admittedly, I haven't got as many hours in it as some of you do yet because I've had some other things going on. But yeah,
That's true.
It's one of those games. It's like Red Dead. You know, I can be sitting there, me and Geralt and Roach doing a mission, and I can stop somewhere, and horses just show up out of middle of nowhere, and I just stop and stare at it because it's a beautiful game. You
It is
know,
a beautiful game. Yeah, their ability to actually bring the graphic fidelity they did to that big open world was pretty impressive, and it is on par with, I think, what Grand Theft Auto has done, which says a lot because Grand Theft Auto is kind of the benchmark, if you will, for beautiful open world games that are smooth and they work. And The Witcher 3, I think, ranks right up there with it, and that's no small feat.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. So I think that makes it unanimous between the four of us on what was Game of the Year. And Frazier is wrong.
Yep. What?
So, I don't know how else to put that, but Frazier, you chose the wrong horse. Rich,
You did not choose wisely.
Can you just real quickly, before you reveal what Nicole's actual other game is that was on her list, let's give some guesses. Mark, why don't you give the first guess?
I should know this because I'm sure she sent me a list earlier to see what I thought about it. Oh crap!
This is funny.
I knew about the Minecraft one.
Right.
Putting way too much thought into it, buddy.
Yeah, I am. I can't think of one. I can't think what she's played.
This is what makes it that much more fun. All right,
Yeah.
Kim, any thoughts?
Barbie Horse Adventure.
Okay, Barbie Horse Adventure, probably not on Nicole's list. I'm going to just throw that out there.
No.
Um,
She's pink and a slut. No.
I mean, the obvious choices of Splatoon and Mario Maker, those, while we all think would for sure be on her list, clearly not going to be on her list.
Gears Remastered?
Ooh, I don't think she would put it on the list because it's a remaster. Don't think it would make it because of remaster. I am going to say Forza 6. I don't know. That's a total. Oh wait, no. Rocket League. That's my guess.
I like that. Go ahead.
Mark?
Yeah, now you've said that, yeah, she's going to be Rocket League. I know it is. I know she's played quite a lot of that. Because I mentioned that to her as well about Rocket League.
Richard Webster, can you please reveal what Nicole's other game was?
Yeah. Open that golden envelope.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like you guys were talking. I'm like, oh shit, Rocket League, because I couldn't see my notes.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun, guys. That really was a lot of fun. I like
It,
rolling around, chasing a stupid ball with a car. Like, if you could do that for real.
it'll be interesting to see how it fares on Xbox One when it finally launches. Because it's
excited.
not going to
It'll
be
fare
free.
fine for us.
Yeah.
I would have paid for the game.
Yeah. Well, you'll have an opportunity
It's
if you
that
want.
much fun with a whole group of people. It is that much fun. I would have paid for the game.
You know? I
wouldn't pay
likely be paying.
$20 for the game.
Yeah. See, that's the rub. Is it a $20 game? Is it a $10 game? How much did PlayStation Network giving it away free really help it? And I have a feeling it helped it a ton. Not to say it's a bad game at all, but I have a feeling that free boost really had it shoot up the ladder for a lot of people because they could, hey, it didn't cost them anything, so to speak.
And it was a good multiplayer game. I mean, really.
Yes. All right. Well, Jason Johnson, friend of the show, trivia contributor extraordinaire, birthday boy of the day. He has sent in an email. On that email, he has given us his top 5 games, which bizarrely all have Mario in them. And also a few trivia questions for you guys. So we've got some trivia. We've got a top 5 from Jason Johnson. So let's dive into it. Give him his fair dues. Here we go. Hey, OC crew. Here is your trivia for the week. I hope you enjoy it. Also, I've gone ahead and revisited my Game of the Year comments from my last week. So he's changing things. He's on the fly adjustments. My favorite 5 games this past year are Splatoon, Halo 5, The Witcher 3, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and Fallout 4.
What? No fucking Mario?
So
I knew Splatoon was in there, though.
4 out
Him
of the
talking
5
about
games,
it, I actually would have considered that.
4 out of the 5 games completely makes sense to me. Splatoon, it's got a ton of praise. Halo 5,
and just
Witcher.
to confirm, his birthday was the 12th of December.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
today.
okay. Well, fantastic then. Skype, suck it because you. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Just gonna let that hang.
Yeah,
Anything Dragon.
not my sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mine either.
Yeah, it's just the angry bunch of anime. All right, but good list nonetheless. And even better trivia. Nicole, you go first because it's Nintendo related. Nicole, how many worlds are there in Super Mario Brothers 3? How many worlds are there in Super Mario Brothers 3? Is it A, 6?
Do I get a clue?
Yes. A, 6. No, you don't. No clues. A, 6, B, 8, C, 10, or D, 12? How many worlds in Super Mario Brothers 3?
One's bad enough.
6, 10, 12.
8.
8?
8. Yeah.
8 is
Yes,
great.
8.
Yeah.
Oh, no
Well
fucking
done.
way.
Yeah. 8 is right. Yes. 8 worlds in Super Mario Brothers 3. Well done, Nicole.
Go me for guessing.
Mark, what platform was Valkyria Chronicles first released on? Was it A, the Sega Dreamcast, B, the Xbox, C, the PlayStation 3, or D, the PS Vita? Or, as I like to say, the PS Vita.
What game was that again?
Valkyria Chronicles. Was it Sega Dreamcast, Xbox, PlayStation 3, or PS Vita for its very first appearance?
I know it's an old Japanese RPG, I think. I'll say Dreamcast.
And you would be wrong.
Bollocks.
Mark, if you had a second guess, what would you think Valkyria Chronicles came out on first?
PS3.
Now you're talking. Now you're thinking. Yes, PS3. Yeah, actually, if I'm correct, that was a turn-based, almost XCOM-like strategy game. And I want to say I really wanted to play. It was almost like a World War I, II kind of setting. It was very unique. And I could be completely wrong. So Jason's probably in the chat right now yelling at me. That means our last question for the straight up trivia, it goes to Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Kim, this normally would go to Richard Webster. So in the original Fallout, what year did the Great War take place? If you don't get it correct, I will turn to Mr. Richard Webster to give an answer. What year did the original Fallout, what year did the Great War take place in? Was it A, 1952, B, 2161, C, 2077, or D, 1917? What year did the Great War take place? 1952. 1952 is your answer.
Mm-hmm.
And we now turn to Mr. Webster. Mr. Webster, in the original Fallout, what year did the Great War, in quotes, take place? Was it 2161, 2077, or 1917? Fallout Wizard, tell me the answer.
It was in the October of 2077.
Giving us even more information than we ever asked for. Yes, Richard Webster, 2077, indeed.
That's why it's Halloween in Fallout 4.
I did not even know it was Halloween, by the way. Okay.
I've never played Fallout of any kind other than Shelter, and it doesn't tell me anything. So
I played 3 for until I got frustrated with those fucking roaches. But I'm laughing at me. Look, I'm something.
laughing at Bowser. Is that Bowser? No. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who is that? So this is my Nintendo knowledge right there.
I believe that is Bowser. Yes.
I'll take that for the win. All right. Name the game based on the back of the box description. Here we go. This is the final one we will have for this iteration of the news quiz or trivia quiz, because next year, as in this year, starting next week, it's going to change. So we will only have a couple
change.
questions. No, don't fear change. Accept it. Embrace it. All right. So here we go. Back of the box description. Mr. Webster, if you want, you can take part in this. Just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. All right. Here we go. We'll start with Mark. We'll go to Rich. We'll go to Kim, and then Nicole, and then I will give a clue if you can't figure it out. Find, hunt, and kill a dangerous arms dealer in an engrossing storyline that plays over more than 50 hours. Open world gameplay gives you total freedom to play the game you want in a world totally without limits. Mark, what game am I?
Oh, God. I don't know the storyline for it, and I don't think a lot of people do, and I've not played it yet, so I'll just guess at Metal Gear 5.
Richard Webster. Find, hunt, and kill a dangerous arms dealer in an engrossing storyline that plays over more than 50 hours. Open world gameplay gives you total freedom to play the game you want in a world totally without limits. What game am I?
Well, I just lost my star on Mario, so thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Do you know what? It sounds like really old. It could be Just Cause 1 or Far Cry 2 or Far Cry 1. I can't think, so let's go with Far Cry 1.
Kim Woods.
Mm-hmm.
Find, hunt, and kill a dangerous arms dealer in an engrossing storyline that plays over more than 50 hours. Open world gameplay gives you total freedom to play the game you want in a world totally without limits. What game am I?
Well, I'm gonna go with Just Cause because that's the only thing I can think of. So,
Nicole Radowski. Find, hunt, and kill a dangerous arms dealer in an engrossing storyline that plays over more than 50 hours. Open world gameplay gives you total freedom to play the game you want in a world totally without limits. What game am I?
Okay, I'm going off the arms dealer thing. I don't know why. I'm thinking Far Cry. That's still in plastic, by the way. I'm sitting on my dresser.
So Far Cry?
I should go read the back of the book. Yeah. Should go read the back of the box. Yeah.
Mark Wright.
Give us a clue then.
Here is your clue.
I was gonna say, yeah.
This is the ultimate clue.
All right.
Richard named the game.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fuck off.
So it's a Far Cry. We just need a number.
I said Far
I could
Cry.
say nothing.
Yeah, but you didn't say a number.
Oh, well, 4 is the only one I have.
You'd still be incorrect, Nicole.
Yeah, yeah. 4's not about an arms dealer. 3 is though. Far Cry
I
3.
just remember the whole stupid stories.
Richard Webster.
Oh, bollocks.
You named the game.
Did I say Far Cry 3?
You did
Far
not.
Cry 2? I said Far Cry 2, didn't I?
You might have.
Yeah, Far Cry 2.
It is Far Cry 2.
I'm playing Mario. Sorry, guys. Mario and streaming.
Okay, I was at least warm.
You warm, Rich. You were so hot, and I thought you were gonna get it. And you're all, I'm gonna say It could be Far Cry 2. Far Cry. I'm gonna go with Far Cry, and I'm like, oh.
I'm quite good at these trivias.
So you should play Mario Maker more often when trivia.
I never finished Far Cry 2. I knew a little bit about it. I knew that you had to keep taking malaria injections, but I didn't know there was an arms dealer.
Yeah,
at
the
the
thing
end
I
of it.
remember about Far Cry 2 was everybody hated you. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd drive up to a village and they would just be like, fuck him. And they would just start shooting at you just out of the blue.
I
That game,
remember
game I need to
having-
play.
That game
I
was
remember
fucking
my
beautiful
gun
though.
jamming a lot. Yeah, my gun jammed a lot. My
Malaria.
Jeep always caught fire. I had to inject myself a lot, and they had millions of respawning enemies at every checkpoint.
Yep. Every town
Yeah.
hated you. Yeah.
And they could see you through rocks, through trees, anything.
But I do remember they had a map editor that was awesome.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah. And you made a map for nobody. But it was awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, that was exciting. Thank you, Jason Johnson. Very much appreciate that. Mark, I'm going to let you do some talking since you've been more quiet than the other two. Why don't you walk us through kind of the events and happenings section, the new releases, the monthly freebies, that kind of stuff.
Right. So, new releases for this upcoming week. We have Shooting Stars on PC, Mac, and Linux on the 4th of January. We have Amplitude on PS4 on the 5th. Hardware Rivals on PS4 on the 5th. Volume on the PS Vita on the 5th. And A Lovely Planet on the Xbox One on the 6th of January. That's just a very short and sweet new releases. Not many coming out this week.
Holiday rush or the holidays still, the holiday hangover, I guess. That's what we want to call it.
As it's the beginning of the month, we've got some freebies on Xbox and PlayStation. For the Xbox One, we've got Killer Instinct Season 1 Ultra Edition, and I've got something lined up for that.
Nice.
Now then, Killer Instinct was a launch title on the Xbox One, and it is still to this day a superb fighting game. If you like fighting games, pick this up for definite. Even if you can't have the space to download it, make sure you purchase it, because it is a superb game. I love this game.
Yeah.
The Ultra Edition, it unlocks all the costumes. I just had the Combo Breaker Edition, which I got as a free code when the Xbox One came out.
Okay.
Quite a lot of people got free codes, didn't they? For being like loyal customers and all that crap.
You did. I did. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, technically, you have now.
True.
True. But yeah, the Ultra Edition's got all the costumes and everything for Season 1, all the characters. So yeah, get that downloaded. The second half of the month, which will be the 16th onwards, there's a game called Zeros, spelled Zeros, and I don't know nothing about this game.
It kind of almost looks a little Ratchet and Clanky to me.
Right.
So I'm curious. I know nothing about it either, other than it looks like maybe a beat 'em up, an action beat 'em up, but maybe a little platforming to it. It's got kind of that Pixar like quality to the character, so we'll see.
Yeah. And on 360, and these games are also backward compatible for the Xbox One, so in effect you're getting 4 games for your Xbox One. We have, for the first half of the month, we have Dirt Showdown. We had Dirt 3 last month. We've got Dirt Showdown this month. And Dirt Showdown is a pretty decent game. I played it on 360. It was a pretty good game. On the second half of the month, we have, I've never knew how to pronounce this.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex Human Revolution. I've heard conflicting stories about this. Some people love it, some people hate it. I know Chris Williams on the Boss Wave absolutely loves this game. And
As do I. It's fantastic, yeah.
Really so I've never played it, so I'll be playing it on the 16th.
Okay.
PlayStation Network. We have a few games coming up on PSN. On the PS3, we have Kim's favourite all-time game, I think, Dragon Age Origins. Yeah, Dragon Age Origins. She's got a PS3, so she might be revisiting. Is it Alistair?
Yes.
You fall in love with?
Yes, it was Alistair.
On the PS4 and PS Vita, we have Grim Fandango Remastered.
Oh, nice.
Which hasn't been out that long, to be honest. I've heard it's balls hard as well. We have Hardware Rivals on the PS4. Legends
nothing
of
about
War...
that, by the way. Anybody know anything about that?
Yeah, it's like a car battle game. It's been out a while, but I think they're giving it free now.
Okay.
So I've not played it, not looked into it that much. But Legends of War Pattern on PS Vita and Medal of Honor Warfighter on PS3, which is interesting.
alright.
I've never played that. I might have to visit that. And the last one on PSN is, oh god, how do you spell this? How do you say it? Nihilumbra on PS Vita.
Good
So
job.
probably some Japanese shit. So
Japanese shit.
Nihilumbra.
Nihilumbra.
yeah. And usually all the
Yes.
PSN games come out on the first Wednesday of the month, so it'll be next Wednesday.
No, it's not.
What isn't? The date or the name?
I
it's
don't know. Nicole's maybe just speaking to
Yeah, she's
ghosts.
talking to her kids.
Gotcha.
She's looking angry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
She's gonna
Um,
hunt you down.
Playdates and things. We've got the ongoing Halo 5 Spartan Company.
No.
Yes,
Maybe.
we have.
I think Nicole's getting some sporadic in and out internet connection because she's like frozen right now in the moment.
Yeah. Halo 5 Spartan Company, just look on Halo Waypoint and join the G40 Halo 5 Spartan Company. And we've also got a chat group on WhatsApp. Filthy and Amorous89 are running that. Me and Nicole's just recently joined that because we're playing the Halos at Filthy and at Amorous89 if you want to join that. Anything happening on Boom Beach, Nicole? I got booted, so I wouldn't know. Because I've been inactive.
Oh, you got the
Yeah.
boot.
Yeah, he got booted.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
yeah.
nothing's going on. Same shit,
Right.
different day.
Move on. We are Epic. That's actually come to a close for the current quarter. We're just waiting for Parsnip to put up the next quarter's thing. But what it is you submit a 30-second clip, a video clip of something really cool or skillful or funny, like Womble dancing in front of Nicole, doing that
Shut up.
special dance.
That was so funny.
Available on YouTube, by the way. Just look under my
Oh my
comments.
god, I hate you right now.
And then you can send that to our Facebook page, epic.g4t.com, or if you don't do the Facebook, you can send it to bongo@g4t.com. And that will run for January, February, March. So end of March, we'll get them all together and select a winner. We will be getting all our judges together for the current one. We'll get a shortlist and we'll put it on Facebook, and then we can shortlist that for everyone to pick a winner.
I like it.
Yep.
Especially if I get picked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't win though, can we?
No, not really.
That's a shame, really. I've put some good ones in. I've got another one to put in when the new one comes up. There's a Destiny one, actually. Yeah.
It's off.
We've got a Forza 6 mini league starting soon on the 6th of January next week. Sadly, I can't take part because it's on a work night for me, which is a shame because these are supposed to be really good fun.
Maybe playing
And
on
there's
my
a
lunch
lot
hour.
of people in this.
Yeah.
That's what, sorry?
I'm playing. I'm in it.
Yeah.
It's during my lunch hour.
I think
Oh.
we've got about 21, 22 people on it.
No, they actually have 24 now, and they've
Wow.
2 on the wait list. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No more room.
Hold
Yeah.
up. Yep.
Yeah, so the Hemwood and Passing North 3000 are running, well, they're sort of like managing it. I think Loopy's got the main sort of like reins of that like he did last year.
Right.
So I was in the last year one. It was really good fun.
And they've structured it. They've got 3 different levels this go round. So it's not just going to be pro and AM. It's going to be I don't know, pro and then AM, or
Right.
pro and AM and then really bad. And I
Yes.
will be in that third tier of really bad. Although I finally switched back to using manual gears. I used to run manual gears on Forza 4, and when I went to the Xbox One, I could not do manual gears in Forza 5 for whatever reason. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I forced myself to start doing manual gears again, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So just to clarify, that's on the 6th of January at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, or lunchtime Greg's time.
Right.
That'll be 1 o'clock for you, won't it, Greg?
Yes. So late lunch.
Yeah. Am I carrying on?
Why not? Carry on.
I need a drink
Go
then.
first.
I've got the old sore throats and everything. Still, I can't shake it was cold off. Victories achieved. We have a winner for our last quarter, which ran from the 1st of October to the 31st of December. We had 105 victories achieved in the quarter, and the winner was chosen at random. Are we doing the winner now, or are we doing a list of people?
No, I think we should give the winner right now, and then we will list the new entries for the
All right,
next.
the list there of A for the next one.
Right.
So, this person, I'm going to tease the thing out. They completed Mass Effect 2 on the 29th of October. Can I hear anyone jumping up and down yet? No?
Woohoo!
It was Caliburn M. So well done to you. You have won
Yay.
$20 or £15 of PSN, Xbox Live, or Steam monies.
Yes.
So I think you're UK based. So I will send you a direct tweet message. I think I've got you on Twitter, and then I'll arrange your prize for you. I'll get that sorted for you.
We by the way, we send everything in Russian rubles.
So for the whole of 2015, there were a total of 369 victories achieved. So well done, everyone. I think
Nice.
everyone deserves this.
One,
It's
at
very
least one for every
important
day.
sample.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. This is a very important
Oh, you
sample
bastard.
for all the victories achieved.
You all have a victories achieved. Victories achieved. You have one. Victories achieved.
I forgot all about that. Oh my god.
So quite simply, the victories achieved contest rules are you just take a selfie of your face, hopefully, no other body parts, please, with the credits in the background of a game you've just completed, and you tweet that to @g4te.com. That's G4te.com on the Twitters. And hashtag that victory achieved. You'll get a reply from our very lovely Bongo Vasane.
Right.
And you'll get entered into the draw for the next quarter. So, like I say, the next one runs up to the 31st of March. And the victories achieved is coming up to the end of January. And there's quite a few because it's holiday time, so people have got time to play games. We've got Amros89 who finished Hexels.
And it should be noted, these all were part of 2015.
Right.
Right. The
Okay.
2016 starts here. You'll see that. Those are
Oh.
new entries.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, really, on this list, Mark, the only important one was the very last one to read that,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
We can delete that one then. So, yeah, Lewis Danson, 22, finished Rise of a Tomb Raider.
Well done.
Caliburn finished Mass Effect 3, and that was his winning entry. John Mouse finished Uncharted: The Golden Abyss. I quite enjoyed that game.
Was that on the
Amros-
Uncharted collection? No.
No, that's
No.
on the Vita.
That was the Vita. Right.
Yeah. Amros89 finished Fallout 4.
How does anybody finish that game? How?
I don't know.
It's long.
Yeah, I've been just wandering around and not even got anywhere. I ain't even got to Diamond City yet. Pebbles 91010, which is Amros's better half, Courtney. She finished. Oh my God, what is that?
Necopara.
Para Volume 0.
Right. Again, I think Gary's just making games up. No. No, friendo, Gary. No, friendo.
Filthy finished Game of Thrones Season 1. I've still to play that. John Mouse finished Beyond Two Souls. And some geezer called O.C. Murphy's Law. He finished Rise of a Tomb Raider at last.
Yeah. Now, I think we need to take a step back. I wanted clarification on this. Angry people. Game of Thrones, other episodic games, are we considering a full episode, a completion of a game, or is it the series?
The full season. So episodes
Okay.
1 through to 5.
So, Filthy, I'm sorry your name has been stricken from the books.
No, I finished Season 1. Did you not listen, Greg?
Filthy, you're
Not
back
episode
in the books. Back in the books. And my reading comprehension has just been elevated from first grade to second grade, and it's season 1, so yes, you qualify.
Yeah, episode begins with an E for egg. Season begins with snake.
And F stands for keep going.
Yeah,
Keep going, Mark. Keep going.
Episode. Yeah, so you don't think Martin slipped through Bongo, would you? 'Cause it was his rule change.
Oh, he's making his man cave. I'm sure he's so distracted right now. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
So as we said, O.C. Murphy's Law finished Rise of a Butt Hurter. according to Rich. Past it knows 3000's lovely son Jake. He finished Watch Dogs. Pixel Theatre finished Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, which is another fantastic game.
Yes.
And that's it for this year. So we've got 2 this year already, and it's only the 3rd.
Yeah. People starting up. You know what they're doing? They knew they were on that very last mission, and they just waited. They're like, "Oh, it's midnight.
Yeah.
I'll just hold over for
I'll
like a half hour."
I'll tweet it tomorrow. Yeah.
Bastards. Sorry, not your son, Parsnip, just you. All right, closing notes. Let's wrap things up nicely. This is the start of 2016. So, one, if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for watching us live as we're podcasting, or maybe you're catching the rerun
now as well.
Why don't we give some shout outs real fast, Mark, since we're thinking about it.
And now I've done that, it's just loading and getting the spinning wheel. But yeah, we've got Prawn Toast in there, Step J, Teflon 12, PG Tip 77, Bastard Nose, Bongo Vasane, he's joined us.
Bongo Vasane. And
some other people I've not heard of called Amaryllis, Marcanix, and Gamer Girl. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you want to be part of this, you can always jump into the chat while we are recording. It's real easy. Just log into the internet in your browser, type in this fantastic little URL, live.g4te.com, and through the magic of the internet, you will be transported to our Twitch page, where we will be live broadcasting, making fools of ourselves for the most part. You can email the show, like Jason Johnson has faithfully done all year long. Super props to Jason. And happy birthday, because it was only like 3 weeks ago. Podcast@g4te.com. That's the email you want to send to. You can tweet us at OC_podcast, and when I feel like it, I will respond to you. You can jump on our Facebook page, because we do have a Facebook page, because that is what we do. Epic.g4te.com. That is what you can type in there to jump not only to our Facebook page, but also right into the We Are Epic challenge. So you can just type that in, get to our Facebook page, and also just dump in a video of epic video gameplay, not just anything. And maybe you can even win some money there. We have a Green Man Gaming voucher. I think this is still good, Rich. Maybe you could clarify. Is this? Yeah, it's still good, still going. 20% voucher on our Twitter page, so just check that out. If you want to ever donate to our prize fund, we don't ask for money from anybody, but you can donate if you wish to. Donate.g4te.com. This will always be a free podcast. We will never charge for it because you guys wouldn't pay for it. iTunes and Stitcher reviews, we definitely welcome that. And with that said, I want to shout out first and foremost everybody that listeners. You've made 2015 a fantastic year. We're really looking forward to 2016. I want to shout out the podcast team because all of you guys have made my life easier this past year, and I very much appreciate it. And a big shout out to you, Mr. Webster, as you are pushing forward to do better for yourself and change your living arrangement from prison. By the way, that's a tough place to be. Find a new home, settle down, maybe even, keep the girlfriend you have. She seems kind of nice. And just a big thanks, Rich. I appreciate everything you've been doing. We hope you are able to come back and podcast soon. And with that, I'm not going to go to Nicole because she's crying laughing.
I'm fine.
Mark.
I want to shout out Gary Amras89 Lever for buying that wonderful shirt for you, Greg. And he just popped in the chat. He's
Gary,
in the chat now. So,
Gary, thank you. I
one
hate
last
Nintendo,
time.
but thank you.
One last time, Greg. Let's see it.
Yes, Gary, no friendo. You owe my friend no friendo. It was such a surprise. I really have to say I was kind of speechless when I found out who it was from. I had an inkling, but I wasn't positive. And I reached out to a snitch, and he told me who it was. Gary, thank you so much. It was an awesome surprise.
Snitches.
Yes. So that left me very speechless. Doesn't happen often. Continue.
Yeah, I just this was some tit named Gary on my notes. Yeah, and just all you guys, and especially Nicole, because she's finally got to the end of that tunnel, and now she's got all this freedom, and it's glad to see her really happy, and makes me happy. So over to Nicole.
Thank you. And it is so good to be back because I have missed you guys. I really have. Although we still chat in WhatsApp, but being on here and participating in this is a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity. And we, like you said, wouldn't be here without all those crazy people that think we're funny and follow us in the podcast. So thank you very much for an awesome 2015. And 2016 will be better. Promise. Ooh, there went my phone. I got a text.
Well,
Being sexed. No, I'm just kidding. It's freaking Richard. It's Webster. There's no fun. Kim, off to you.
yeah, I want to thank our viewers and our listeners, and I want to thank you guys, and Nicole. Thank God you're back. So here's to 2016. Let's see what else we can do.
Absolutely. Mr. Webster, would you do us the honors and take us out?
This has been the OC's Connection. Got some nice music for you. Thanks for listening. Ta-da.